Electoral Administration Amendment Bill, third reading.
The Honourable Simon Power.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Electoral Administration Amendment Bill be now read a third time. Mr Speaker, this bill is part of a suite of legislation that gives effect to National's commitments to reform the electoral process. The bill transfers the functions of the current Chief Electoral Officer and Electoral Commission to a new Electoral Commission which will be fully functional from 1 October this year. I'm pleased to say that this bill has received widespread parliamentary support during its passage through this House. Such consensus is a long-standing convention for progressing significant electoral reform and also embodies this government's general approach to such matters. I acknowledge and express my appreciation for the cooperation of all parties throughout this process. The new Electoral Commission will be established as an independent Crown entity overseeing the administration of the electoral system. The bill seeks to maximise existing resources and reduce costs by combining the functions and powers of the two agencies into one entity. Some submitters to the Select Committee proposed that the new electoral agency should be established as an officer of Parliament instead of an independent Crown entity. The Select Committee and myself gave that matter serious consideration before introducing I gave the matter serious consideration before introducing the bill, and the Select Committee gave a serious consideration to it while it was before that committee. However, for the reasons canvassed in this House and in the Select Committee's report, I remain convinced that an independent Crown entity is the best fit for the new Electoral Commission. There are a number of protections in the bill that will ensure the Commission's independence. First, the Electoral Commissioners will be appointed and removed by the Governor-General on the recommendation of the House. Second, the Electoral Commission will have a statutory duty of independence. The Commission's objective under this bill includes a specific direction to administer the electoral system impartially, effectively and efficiently, and in a way that maintains confidence in the system. Third, the Electoral Commission will be able to provide information and advice to the Minister of Justice or to the House at any time and of its own volition or during its regular post-election report. Finally, as responsible Minister, the Minister of Justice is unable to direct the Electoral Commission to give effect to or have regard to government policy. I'm therefore assured that the public and this House will be able to hold full confidence in the new Electoral Commission proposed by the Electoral Administration Amendment Bill. I'd like to signal to the House that should this bill pass its final reading, the Government will proceed with a further Electoral Administration Bill to implement the second stage of electoral agency reform. That bill will provide for the transfer of the functions of the Chief Registrar of Electors to the new Electoral Commission in 2012. The new Electoral Commission will administer the 2011 general election and the simultaneous referendum on the electoral system. This is, as was pointed out in committee stage by various members, a very large task, and the new Electoral Commission will therefore need to be fully functional in a relatively short period of time. For this reason, I wrote to the leader of every party in this House to advise them in advance of the approach I intend to take to appointments to the Commission and to invite them to take part in that process. I want to take a moment here, Mr Speaker, to express my thanks, and on behalf of the Parliament, I hope, to the Chief Electoral Officer and to the current Electoral Commission. I know that their consummate professionalism will continue during the transition to the new Commission, and also want to thank existing staff and management in advance for their assistance. The new Electoral Commission will provide an independent, cohesive and transparent regime for the administration of elections in this country. It will contribute to maintenance and operation of a core element of New Zealand's democracy, being the electoral system. Mr Speaker, I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to.